Hello and welcome to my in-depth video on the Mandalorian Helmet 75328. In this video I'll be talking about all the features of the set as well as the value, so subscribe because I'll be doing this for the rest of the March sets and some of them are already out, so if you want to check those out they will be in the in-depth playlist which will be linked in the description below. So, starting off with the box art, it is really nice box art. They have the brown background, which seems to be what the colour they've picked for the Mandalorian, because they've done that as like the side trim for all the actual sets. And yeah, it says Mandalorian, and then it has the like Mudhorn, I believe is the name of the animal. That's kind of their symbol, because they do like the insignia for like rebels or the Empire or whatever. And that's quite nice. There's Lego Star Wars 18 plus 75328, 584 pieces. And then on the side you can see the helmet collection and the straight on view. Back of the box you can see a different view and it has the blue like kind of faded background. So it is 18 centimeters or 7 inches tall, which is quite a good height. And then you have a couple images of Mandalorian. So I think one of them's in a hallway and the other one I believe might be on the Razor Crest. But yeah. El Mandaloriano, don't know which language that is. Le Mandalorian, I guess, is French, which is on the top. So interesting that they put those on the side and top. Anyway, £55, $60, 584 pieces. So I believe it's like 10.3 cents per piece and like 9.8 or something for pounds, and it's not bad. The other ones are the same price and they're much better, so it kind of evens out over the whole helmet series for this year. Anyway, set itself, so I really do like it. Angles are all quite nice and they've kind of used the dark grey and silver to highlight those, and I'll talk about that a bit more in a minute, because the main criticism is that why not all chrome grey? And I can entirely see why LEGO went with this. It looks quite nice and there is a reason which I'll talk about a bit more in a minute. But I do like the way they've done like the middle beam down the middle. It didn't actually do that on the minifigure helmet, which is one of my main flaws with that. And yeah, the visor bit looks quite nice. It's a bit too wide at the front, but I do like the silver outline around it. So yeah, it does look really nice with kind of a black background, and then the stand and plaque are really good. The sides are really quite nicely done with that kind of chrome grey 2x3. I quite like that piece there. Then the dark grey curves and then the light grey curves, and that all looks really cool. And from the front on, looking up at it, it looks quite imposing and that kind of really nice look there. And yeah, you can kind of see it does look a bit wide. I'll talk about that a bit more in a minute. But you can kind of see the one thing that doesn't look so good is in the previous image. You can kind of see whenever you look at like the side, the visor bit, it's all curved, whereas this you can kind of see there's a flat area, which doesn't look great from the front on, but other than that, it's quite good. The other side you can see it a bit more. It's like you can kind of see it because it's not as like finished. It's more of a matte kind of idea, and just below about third stud across, if you go by the top thing. And yeah, it is really good, except you can kind of see the back here, and this is one of my main criticisms. That is all tiled off, and it doesn't really look great, because the rest of it's fairly studded, and the balance is really good, but then the back isn't as good. So the main criticisms, one of the main problems people had was, why is it not on full chrome grey? So LEGO designer actually did an interview on this, and they said basically the way wouldn't have been possible because all the pieces are going to be in chrome grey. Also, the way LEGO like demonstrates some curves, they like fade the colours. So you can see for like the cheek bits, you can see there are dark grey there, and they've kind of done that with the chrome grey to do that. And I can kind of see what they mean. It does look quite nice, but still, some people won't like that. The front is my main criticism. So the visor is too wide. So if you look at the Mandalorian, you can see it's thinner, but his is actually wider. So they could have done what they did with that and just put those two like grey bits on the same level, but they decided not to. Also, it's a bit wider, so like the cheek plates are angled more, and so the studs at the top. So I'll flick it back to this image, and you can see there are like four like plates layered to the side, just above the grey rim. Whereas on Boba Fett, it's only 3, so that's a bit wider. And the side, like, the kind of side things, you can see them there. they are like more angled out, whereas on this they're flat for the Boba Fett. It doesn't actually look that bad, it just kind of contributes to it being looking wider. You can see it here kind of being assembled. The back, you can actually see really well how not like plated the back is. It's all really curved. You can also see some of the like interior, really brightly colored inside actually. But yeah, you can see it here, and it does look pretty nice. And then it's finished. This is, funny thing is, Lego only actually had 7 images on their website, whereas there are a bunch more. So they only had like 2 of these design ones. So this is the other one they had on their website. And I do quite like it. You have it next to the Dark Trooper. It's a much like taller build. They're the same height, but that's because of the stand. It does look actually really nice together. And then it on a shelf. And yeah, quite a few of these images. Out with the other 2 in this series, them again. I kind of understand why they didn't put all these images on their website. There are far too many, in my opinion. And then the whole series, minus the TIE Fighter pilot, because they didn't include it. But yeah, it is actually quite a nice thing, the way they've done this, and the way they've split them is supposed to be like, I don't know, original trilogy, and then the Mandalorian show. Would like to see some Clone Wars ones of these in the future. Anyway, really, really good helmet, in my opinion. Accuracy, it is quite accurate. There's a couple flaws. So the side bit is really accurate. The chin bit's quite nice. It's just the front visor is not wide enough. And yeah, I do quite like the design. It's just a bit too wide in my opinion. Anyway, do hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please subscribe. See you in the next one.